Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we have a few topics to cover today, including a new firmware for the Switch that adds a neat little feature. We take a look at April's Game Pass games, and there seems to be a game that looked like it was only going to be on the Switch, maybe coming for the PS4. We have those topics and others to cover, but before we get started, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing. That's the best way to let me know you enjoy the content on this channel. Now let's get started. First, firmware version 14.1.0 for the Nintendo Switch came out, and let's take a look here at the patch notes. At the top here it has Platinum Point Notification Settings has been added under Notifications in System Settings. So now if you have unclaimed Platinum Points, you can get a notification on your Switch about this. And in the settings you can turn this feature off, so if you don't want to be nagged about it, don't use Platinum Points, you can do that. Now Nintendo did also add Splatoon as one of the games that you can create icons for if you're a subscriber to the Nintendo Switch Online service. Now there aren't any new icons for Mario Odyssey, but there are some for Animal Crossing. So if you have some Platinum Points that are burning a hole in your pocket and want to customize your account icon, there's some now for Splatoon 2. Next, let's take a look at the games coming to Game Pass for the first part of April. So available right now is Cricket 22 for cloud and console, and MLB The Show 22. And that is also coming to cloud and console and is a day one release. And on April 7th we have Dragon Age 2 for cloud, we have Plant vs. Zombies Garden Warfare for cloud, and Star Wars Squadrons also for cloud, and all three of these were EA Play games. Then on April 12th we have Life is Strange True Colors for cloud, console, and PC, Panzer Corps 2 for PC, and The Dungeon of Nahobok, or at least I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly, and that's going to be on PC. And then finally on April 14th we have Lost in Random for the cloud, console, and PC. I really like how they keep adding cloud options for these games, so you aren't necessarily stuck with having to play them through the cloud, but it is an option if it's something you want to try out or if you're on the go. Now I would guess the big release of these is MLB The Show 22. I'm not particularly a baseball game fan, but if it's on Game Pass I may download it and give it a try and see how it looks. But of course, whenever there's new games announced, we also have games that are leaving the service. So on April 15th, MLB The Show 21 is leaving, which kind of makes sense. Rain on Your Parade, The Long Dark, and Pathway. And then on April 18th, F1 2019. Not trying any of these out, but if you've got any recommendations for people to try before they leave, make sure to drop us a comment and let us all know. Next, it appears that the House of the Dead remake that has only been announced for the Switch seems to be coming to the PlayStation 4 as well. Let's take a look at this Reddit post here. It says an entry for this upcoming remake has been published on the PSN backend. As far as I'm aware, this has only been officially announced so far for the Nintendo Switch, with it due to release on the 7th of April. And as you can see on the bottom of the post here, they have a link to an image, and I have confirmed that it is the House of the Dead remake, as you can see right here. So assuming this is all true, this does make me wonder how this game will work on the PlayStation 4. Now obviously you could use gyro controls on the DualShock controller, but it seems playing the game with one hand with like a Joy-Con would be more natural. That being said, we really don't know how well it'll feel on the Switch with that type of setup either. Now April 7th is this Thursday, so maybe we might see an announcement come from Sony about this. Could it end up in maybe an unannounced state of play and be shadow dropped? I guess we'll find out later this week. Next, we get an official release of Unreal Engine 5. And unless you're a game developer, mostly what that would mean to you is that, hey, our games in the future are going to look better. There was an additional announcement here, and we can see this from the Unreal Engine social media account. Where will Lara Croft's journey take her next? Find out in the next Tomb Raider game from Crystal Dynamics powered by Unreal Engine 5. Now, it was also emphasized that this game is just starting, so don't expect to see a new Tomb Raider game for at least 3 years. Now, it was previously announced that Witcher 4 was going to be using Unreal Engine, and they have confirmed that it is using Unreal Engine 5. Now, as part of the release of this new engine, Epic is also releasing a sample multiplayer shooter called Lyra, built in Unreal Engine 5. Now, this is something that will give developers something hands-on to play with and kind of learn about the new engine. So let me know what you think. Does a new version of the Unreal Engine get you excited for what the new possibilities may be in some of your games? Drop a comment below and let me know. And finally, in a link to something Zelda, you're probably familiar with the History of Hyrule page that I've covered before, where they have a new release that I find pretty cool. Here's a never seen in full online before image of Hyrule's map from Zelda 1 that was also in the June 1986 issue of New Type, art by Takako Tashima. The image covered 3 pages and was a slightly different size on each page with small gaps, so I did the best I could patching it. So you can see here a picture of this hand-drawn map, and I think stuff like this is really neat. There are so many things like this in magazines that may just get lost to time, and I think it's really cool to see something like this being preserved. And that's all we have for today. Did anything we talk about catch your attention? Are there any games coming on Game Pass that you're interested in, or any that are going away that others should try? And do you think we're going to see the House of the Dead remake come out this week for the PlayStation 4? And what are your thoughts on Unreal Engine 5 as well as the next Tomb Raider game? Drop a comment about that or anything else we covered today. I want to thank you for watching and be good.